yesterday.
We didn't do it yesterday.
Yeah, I did.
Nothing happened yesterday.
I mean, I did it last time.
Fuck's sake. Jeeves?
I'll do it.
No.
I'll do it. Welcome to the Pacifist Podcast. Tonight you've got me, Sophie, Sam, and Jeeves. I said that out of order because we're not in the same order we normally are, apparently. Because Jeeves shit the bed apparently this morning and got in here first. So that's why Jeeves is over there. All right, Jeeves. As you'll
Sam's
know,
a bit salty about it.
well, we did say we weren't going to comment on Sam's looks, didn't we? Because he looks terrible today.
Fuck you. And your mother.
Yeah, for the benefit of all our listeners, Sam looks he looks all right to me, but in his own words, he looks terrible. And Sophie made an effort.
Mushi, unplug your PlayStation. That beeping is going to drive me insane. Anyway, how are you all today? What's Mushi Technologies?
Yeah, not too bad, mate.
Good. I'm glad.
It's not even plugged in. It's not even plugged in.
Oh, what?
This is my life now.
This is your life.
The thing is, I've lived, it's been doing this for the past few months, and I've lived with constant random beeping in my place for months now, and I'm kind of deaf to it. I don't even hear it anymore.
There is do you want to know how to fix that? Because I had that. Does it spit your discs out as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. You've got here you go. Oh, sorry. We're doing Did You Know and Fun Facts today, and I'm going to lead straight off with a hack on how to fix your PlayStation from fucking beeping. So you got to hold down the power button for 30 seconds till it makes that fucking beep noise. Then it will turn off. Then you've got to unplug it for a full minute. It's got to be for a minute. Less than a minute, it doesn't work. More than a minute's fine also, just to clarify. And then plug it back in. And then you'll get at least 2 months without beeps. You're welcome.
Well, there we go. And I'll be driven mad by the deafening silence in my place. I'll be like, where's the
I'm sure you'll still get those little voices that you keep hearing.
Oh, I hope so. I'm kind of getting friendly with them. I'm on good terms with them at the moment.
It will be replaced by Sophie's voice going beep beep.
Beep beep. Fucking hell.
Fucking boop boop.
Oh, God. Could you imagine if Sophie's voice was like the voice of sat-navs or Siri or things like that? It would kill the speakers in your car. It's just like the reverb would just be awful.
Yeah, that's to get a proper bass unit installed.
Yeah. In 100 yards, turn left.
You missed the turn, you daft prick.
Then half an hour later, no, you should have took a right.
I bet you're glad you've joined us, aren't you, Soph?
Over the moon. Really am. No, because I don't get enough shit from you at work, so no. Spend 3 hours with you on the weekend.
Why not? Why on earth not? So, yeah. So, interesting facts, is it? And who knows? Wow.
Can I say another interesting fact?
Oh, please do.
We have this thing now called a website. I know. Yeah, it's a bit like Facebook, yeah, except it's got nothing to fucking do with Facebook. It's got these things called forums on it. You might remember them from yesteryear.
Oh, forums off of the 90s. Yeah, I remember them.
Yeah, it's where all the women used to hang out on Digital Spy, and they'd talk about Big Brother. And like the feed was kicking off so much, you could never read any of it, but people loved it.
Right,
and we've got one of them now. Does anybody know the address?
I don't know. Hopefully it's something nice and easy like pacifistpodcast.com though.
Oh man, that's exactly what it is. Pacifist Podcast.
Who would have thunk?
I recommend you all check it out because it saves you going to social media. And as we know, going to social media is bad because I've seen the documentaries on Netflix and apparently it's bad. It's bad for you because of blue lights and stuff. And tracking.
Zuckerberg is a lizard person who wants to take over your life.
Yeah, but he's a little lizard person, isn't he? He's like that one that Sophie has. An itty bitty little. Oh my god, I'm so tired. I can't even say the word lizard. Lizard.
Well done, Sophie. You've managed to break Sam.
You haven't broken me. I've broken myself. Thank you very much. You're not having any credit for that.
Oh, guys, did you know Sam can't function on any sleep? On no sleep? It's quite impressive.
No, I can't. But my hair's got a lovely amount of volume today.
Your hair is looking pretty nice, actually. Coming from a bald guy, that's not much of a compliment because I don't know about hair.
What I've done is I've spiked it more on one side, so I'm sort of harnessing my inner Sophie for our viewers out
Just put it down one side more.
Yeah, Sophie's gone for the 90s side ponytail, and I thought I'd try and do the exact same thing and have just it all on one side.
So have I. I've not shaved this side of my head, so it's slightly longer here. I don't know if you can see.
It's wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Whereas Jeeves has just put his a hat on to keep his face in shade, so he looks like a victim talking about wearing.
It's a different hat to usual, though.
It is. He hasn't got his Kangol one on. Now he looks like he should live on my site. I've never seen so many fucking centre partings since I've lived here.
He proper looks like you've got a lockdown haircut there, mate. One of those ones. Like, I'll do it myself. How hard is it? Well,
oh no, I haven't done it myself.
Well, there's your answer. Apparently, very
minus
bad.
the face and that. He reminds me of Peter Andre in Is It Mysterious Girl with the little curtains?
Yeah.
Right. When you said face and that, you meant the entire rest of Peter Andre.
Basically, just his hair.
Oh, I always thought.
Because the thought of Jesus slowly gyrating on the beach, waist deep in water, kind of makes me throw up in my mouth a little bit.
Really?
Quite a lot.
Oh.
Music video coming soon.
Andy's going to be recording.
I'm hiring Andy as the cameraman.
Well,
amazing.
All I can say is if anyone out there listening or watching is any good at Photoshop, we have a website now that you can chuck photos up on the forum. So.
Oh, does that actually work? Can people actually post pictures up on the forums?
Should be able to post pictures up on the forums as well, yeah.
Actually, we have a few video clips we could chuck up there, Andy, don't we? From that PicFace app that Jesus kind of donated some selfies towards.
That's
No,
right.
he didn't donate any selfies. They were stolen.
Stolen.
Come on then. We're doing a Did You Know? Someone hit me with something that's going to knock my socks off. Oh, what an amazing fact.
Should we go straight to Jeeves? Because we know he's always got so much to say.
Okay, so one of the first facts I've got, I want you guys to actually take a guess at. It's about the first speeding ticket. Right, what speed do you reckon the guy was ticketed for?
34 miles an hour.
What country?
The UK.
Oh.
UK.
Judging on how fast cars used to be, I'm going to say something like 12 mile an hour.
I was going to say 13. I feel like it's going to be a single digit though.
Well, what's believed to be the first speeding ticket was given out in 1896 for travelling 4 times over the speed limit. The ticket was issued to a Mr. Walter Arnold from East Peckham, and he was pulled over by a police officer on a bicycle for doing an eye-watering 8 miles an hour. The speed limit at the time was 2.
What? 2?
Walter,
2 miles an hour. Not only that, but before, I think it was like the year before, you used to have someone walk behind the car with the red flags or something like that.
That's amazing. That's actually...
Did they actually have technology back then to monitor the precise speed?
I don't know.
That's a very good question. What did
Like,
they do?
he went to court. It went to court, and he got fined for it and everything.
Fucking hell, though. 2 mile an hour. How can you even cycle that slow? Is you sure
I don't even think I walk that slow.
No. So posties are when they track our rounds and they work out how the rounds are meant to take. They do that at 4 miles an hour. Because I remember seeing when they did that, they had squaddy. They were like 4 miles an hour whilst delivering post. They're like, that's a fucking joke. Because like you can't do that with a big bag on your back when you're stopping and starting. But they still do that. But that's walking pace. That's my walking pace anyway, for about 5 minutes, and then I slow it down to 2 because of the speed limit.
Yes, mate. You don't want to get a ticket. Yeah. I don't want to go down like that Walter guy. He's a fucking maniac.
Yeah.
8 miles an hour through the streets.
Yeah, he's a menace in Peckham.
But then it was interesting to see what model of bike as well, because chances are it wasn't like a rally grifter or something like that. Chances are it's like going to be a fucking... Yeah, I know. That's the last bike I owned.
Hey, man. That was a chopper.
Yeah, it's probably going to be like a penny farthing, yeah.
Yeah, he's blowing his whistle and shaking his nightstick. He's like, hey, you menace. Is that you, Walter?
And what a chase that would have been if he'd failed to stop. The cop was like, oh, fuck. He's not pulled over. I'm going to have to walk slightly faster. Right. Just shove him off.
Oh, that's fucking amazing.
No. It was an actual car that got this ticket. The officer was on the push bike.
Imagine that. What is the point in having a fucking car that a bike is... Although actually in traffic, all bikes are faster than cars. Thinking about it.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, that's pretty amazing, isn't it? Just fucking
that's a good little fact, mate. Yeah, I like that.
8 miles an hour. Fuck.
But then there's the other one, wasn't there? Was it? I told you the other day, didn't I, about the Oklahoma? Yeah. No, that didn't happen. Nothing happened yesterday. In Oklahoma, I think it was. There was 2 cars in the entire state. No, Ohio. Sorry, 2 cars in the entire state of Ohio when they first started getting produced. Managed to crash into each other.
That's great.
In the whole state, the only 2 cars managed to crash into each other. Like, good work, guys. Well done.
Oh my god.
So was it a head-on collision or?
I don't actually know. I think possibly, yeah. There is a photo of it somewhere online, but whether we can be bothered to find it or not is another matter, isn't it?
Me, doesn't it?
Well, Andy could find it and send it to you.
Correct, he could, Sophie. But will he? No. The only person who sends me photos is Jeeves when he talks about cars he wants to put in there. He's like, oh yeah, I've got you these photos. Here's 37 pictures of
Jeeves. You asked for those photos.
Yeah, and I appreciate it because I wasn't going to search for them.
Right, I'll tell you what then. I'll send you a photo of the 2 cars that have crashed into each other in Ohio. If I can't find the actual photo, I'll draw a representation of it and send you that instead.
I like that even more. Yeah, definitely do that. Just put a picture, Ohio, 1902.
No, just for that. This is what you're going to get every time you need a photo from me. Instead of a photo, you're just going to get a hand-drawn representation of what I thought happened.
You're just going to get your kids to draw it and pick.
I think you should do it as one of those. I think you should do it as one of those flip books, so you can get to watch it in action.
Oh my god! Did you guys, when you were in school, did you guys used to do that? Make flip books out of all of your school books?
No.
The corners of all my school books were mini flip books. They were never anything good, but they were still flip books.
No, I think most of my books had a little penis in the corner, which would slowly like whoop, and then wee somewhere, something like that. Just so I could walk around and be like, huh, look at this. Everyone would be like, fucking that Andrew, what a legend.
Amazing. Well, as we said last week, drawings of dicks are always funny. It's
never not funny.
Yeah. Oh, amazing. Oh.
Yeah, that's actually quite a good one. To be honest, Jeeves, and I hate to say it, but when we gave you the subject of cars and stuff like that, I thought it was going to be facts like, did you know that a 4-stroke engine is like blah, 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 and all this sort of shit, which I just wouldn't understand either way anyway.
Don't get me wrong, I was tempted to try and find that sort of thing just to watch you slowly die on the inside.
Yeah. I mean, my understanding of cars is pretty simple. I think red ones are cool. I kind of like black ones.
Yeah, black one. Whoop, whoop,
Yeah.
whoop.
Hey, you've
No,
got a black
that's
convertible,
the
haven't you, Sam?
I've got a black convertible. Thank you very much, Mushu.
That explains the hair. Right.
No, actually, you know what? My roof broke. It's broken before.
That old chestnut.
No. So the other day, on one of the seemingly endless days of work that I've had lately, I finished work and it was fine. And I drove to the supermarket, did some shopping, got back in, and when it's broken, the roof, it makes a beeping noise that sounds a little bit like a heart monitor going into cardiac failure. It goes beep, 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 and then it stops. And from the time it took me to go and buy some bread and get back into my car, somehow it had fucking broken. Bear in mind, it's the middle of winter and I wasn't using the fucking
Andy
roof.
probably sent one of his seagulls.
Fucking seagulls, you bastards. Yeah, very irritating. It means I've got to pay to get that bastard fixed. And I was hoping to get rid of this car without having to put any more work into it.
Hey. Just to change the subject a slight little bit, have you seen that video of the seagull eating a rabbit?
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah. It's so good.
They shouldn't be doing that. They're seagulls. Stick to chips and shit.
Why are you not allowed to do that? And the little bastard... Actually, do you know what? Was it? I think I haven't seen him eat a rabbit. I've seen one eat a rat. It was a whole rat. And then I've seen a pelican eat a seagull, which was fucking brilliant. Pelican eating a seagull was so good. It's like the best thing I've ever seen. Like the seagull really put up a fight as well, but the pelican was like, "Oh, I'm fucking eating you, mate. You ain't going nowhere."
The animal kingdom is truly a fucked up place to be.
Oh, it's so
Sophie looks so disturbed right now.
Just picturing it, and I know.
It's nature, Sophie. Nature's a beautiful, beautiful thing. I might post that video of the pelican eating a seagull on our social media and our website.
Incidentally, on the subject of animals eating animals, and sorry, Sophie, this is possibly going to dig into your subject matter here, but I read it the other day and I found it fascinating. Do you know part of the reason why giant tortoises are endangered?
Because they're fucking dicks who eat straws. Wankers.
I forgot.
That's turtles.
Yeah, we're talking about tortoises, not turtles, mate. I know you hate the turtles.
Yeah, tortoise is the cunt that can't swim.
Yeah, you know, 1 foot in the grave things.
Yeah.
But apparently, the reason they were so heavily hunted is because sailors would rock up on their island, and one, they're delicious by all accounts. They are incredibly tasty. Everyone that's eaten a turtle has said it is like a really, really nice tasting chicken.
That's not what I've heard, and I've seen people eat them.
Well, I'm just going on what I read, but also they can go without food and water for up to a year. So they made perfect sort of like, let's grab them, chuck them on the boat. They'll last for a year before we have to eat them.
I have heard that. I used to watch this show called Dual Survival. Any of you heard of it?
No.
No. Okay, so it's two people. They usually have like a hippie type, and then they've got an army type, and they send them off on like a little scenario for 3 or 4 days. With it's like, a hiker was backpacking through the Andes, and they got stranded, and you've got his backpack, and it'll have like a camera and a Swiss Army knife. Well, and then they've got to get to safety. Anyway, they were going through somewhere where turtles live. Where the fucking hell the tortoise?
Giant tortoises are only native to the Galapagos Islands and the Seychelles now.
Okay, well, what about little tortoise? It wasn't a giant.
Oh, they're just like in a shoebox in the corner of a classroom or something. I don't know.
Okay. There they were. They're hiking through a classroom and they found a tortoise, and the army man's like, "Oh, I love these. They're like MREs because you just chuck them in your backpack and you eat them when you want them." It was like, and then they cooked it. Fuck, it looked disgusting.
And they come in their own bowl.
They do come.
I mean, if anything was ever designed to be eaten, the tortoise. Let's make it delicious and put a bowl on its back. The only thing they could have done it worse is give it forks for legs. It's literally like a walking snack. I'm sorry, I'm going down to Amazon World when this lockdown's over, and I'm going to grab me a tortoise.
I've always thought they're a little bit like those GU pudding pots, because you know how they come in an ashtray. It's the exact same thing, isn't it?
Exactly the same, yeah.
Oh, fair play. Well, speaking of which, what other endangered species would you like to eat, Mushu?
What if I had to pick one?
Yeah. Is it because I've got one in mind that I've always thought, I bet they were delicious, but they're dead now. So
I think you're thinking of dodos, aren't you?
I am. That's exactly what I'm thinking.
Because I think exactly the same. You look at them; they're always so plump and like chubby.
Yeah.
Like, no wonder they went out of fashion. Like out of fashion.
Extinct.
They just used to hit him over the head. The dopey cunts used to come up to people who were looking really hungry. They just hit him with a club. It's got to be the easiest hunting ever.
Oh, that's my kind of hunting. Okay. I'm going to go hunting.
Ding dong. But yeah, could you imagine that? You wrap those big old dodo legs in a bit of bacon, deep fry the beasts. Oh.
I can't help but feel you're just trying to sort of put us off your deliciousness. Every time you come up with recipes, Sam, I just think like, oh, I could do a nice garlic roasted Sam leg as well.
Sophie, I assume you're not going to eat me.
No,
Thanks.
that's okay.
You're just going to wear skin.
Eh?
But when we're all huddled down in our post-apocalyptic shelter and me and Jesus are tucking into a nice juicy Sam drumstick, you're going to be sitting there all hungry, just being like,
Yeah, but the thing is, we all know that I'll be the one that will be asked to kill Sam.
Why?
Oh, there you go. If you're going to be butcher, then you might as well do that.
Well, you're going to try and choke me out because of all your ninja skills. All right. Fucking hell. Sophie, in case you're wondering, is a ninja. A jiu-jitsu ninja. A jiu-jitsu ninja. I don't know. Not a Jew, though. Not a Jew. Just to clarify. She's not one of them.
Are you?
I think so.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
On my monitor, Sam, you've got a big blob of dirt right on your nose, and it is on my monitor, so don't worry, I've removed it now. Clean you up.
You've got dirt on your nose. Did you know?
I felt like your mum just wiping a smear off your nose then.
Yeah, all right.
I feel like your camera's wonky tonight, Sam.
It's me. I'm tired, so I'm like really laid back. I'm sort of laying on the sofa.
Yeah, but it's not going in line with your mirror, mate.
Yeah, your mirror's all out.
You know what? Couldn't give a fuck. I was motivated yesterday and I'm tired today, so fuck you all.
We should have done this yesterday then.
Yeah, we should have. If only someone knew how to do technology. Oh.
Yeah.
I'll have some of yesterday's booze instead.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
You know, the best thing about basically living outside is your drinks don't get warm.
Silver
Freezing.
linings.
Yeah, absolutely freezing.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Right, who's got the next factor then?
Oh, someone's eager tonight.
Yeah, all right. You just like I've got 10 of these fuckers. I want to read them all
Yeah.
out.
Subject, Sam.
What?
What was your chosen subject? Did you choose?
I'm just taking care of the comments off of Facebook, and I've written some ones about dicks down.
Funny enough, I actually have one of those.
What, a dick?
Explains the voice.
Fact.
I've got one that isn't dick related. Because I asked some people at work, and believe it or not, the least interesting person I work with, I won't say his name, Paul Farthing. That's one of my bosses. He was like, I've got some interesting facts for you. And apparently, if you bang your head against the wall for a solid hour, it burns 150 calories. Did you know that?
I can't say I
You
did.
should know that.
And I think one of us, not me, should try.
Not it.
Right.
Mushu.
Looks like it's you, Andy.
I'll be back in a minute.
An hour.
Yeah.
I can imagine there's better ways of burning calories in less than an hour as well. I'd imagine like a 10-minute
liposuction
might do the same, possibly.
Liposuction doesn't burn calories, you silly cunt.
Yeah, but it makes you lighter, doesn't
Remove
it?
fat from you.
Fucking hell! How dare you? How dare you mention liposuction in front of Sam? Apparently, he is triggered.
I'm salty this evening, aren't I? Just very salty.
There is a little
Sorry.
bit. Yeah.
I didn't mean that at all. I meant you fucking fuckwit. No. Incidentally, if you swim for an hour, you burn about 850 calories. So I think as exercise go, banging your head against the wall, pretty fucking pointless.
Yeah, I mean, are you sure he wasn't just saying that as like a little hint that like you drive him mental?
Oh, I definitely drive him mental. I pride myself on driving him mental. It's I take it as part of my job role. Remember that film Scum with the vegan guy who's like, I've been feeling myself drawn to Mecca. I find him the most relatable person from that movie, and occasionally I like to be that twat.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So, fucking hell, that's throwing me. Yeah. So there we go. Banging your head against the wall. How many calories? Sorry.
150 for an hour. I mean, as I say, swimming, walking, anything else is better. But if you want to bang your head against the wall, fat fighters.
That's like these things where they say if you smile, it uses every like muscle in your face or something, and smiling a certain amount of times a day. Nope. What do you mean? No.
Well, frowning uses more muscles in your face than smiling.
I always thought it was the other way around, because that's why people tell you to be happy all the time.
Nah, you're wrong.
Oh, fuck it then. I've got a well built up face. My face is bonks. I frown all the time. I fucking hate smiling.
He says the guy with a massive smile on his face.
Hey, I can't help being happy on the podcast. What can I say? It's my happy place.
Yeah, it's my happy place. Fair enough. No. Sophie, give us an animal fact, please.
Oh, well, I've got to start with it because I know it's going to trigger Andy.
Yay!
Giraffes. I think we brought it up, couple weeks ago, that they don't make a sound. They do.
They do make sounds.
They do. They hum.
Fucking hum.
They hum.
Giraffes don't hum.
Giraffes hum. Because they have a voice box. But
have you been at the zoo and they're just there like
they can't produce enough airflow through their 13-foot long neck to vibrate the vocal folds. But is it hertz that the volume's recorded in?
Yeah.
Their humming is recorded at 92 hertz in frequency.
Oh, that one.
Is the very low end of the hearing spectrum for humans, which is why we don't usually hear them. And plus, their noise is all the way up there.
Now, this is interesting, you see. This raises a question that I always think of a lot. In that, how do we know that things are happening that we haven't got the ability to understand, if you know what I mean? Like, we can see things, we can hear things, we can smell things, and we can taste things. We have our senses. But what's to say there's not other senses out there that other animals have that we don't? And that all this stuff going on, and we just don't know it's happening because we haven't got the necessary organs to interpret it. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, well,
there is things like echolocation.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say.
Well, I was as well, but then you two said it, so I didn't need to.
Yeah, but I mean, other things.
Because we know you can't be bothered.
Aware of, like why dogs see ghosts, that sort of thing. What's to say they are seeing something, but we just haven't got the necessary eye technology to see it.
But aren't dogs colourblind?
I believe so.
Yeah, I thought so.
And did you know, like in the bullfighting, like in Spain,
they're
bulls
colourblind.
aren't actually colourblind because they always use a red cloak, don't they? It's the movement they're attracted to, not the colour. because they are colourblind.
I've seen a couple of these, and some of them they use purple as well, don't they? And I always thought,
it's the movement.
Does that work? Does it purple?
Yeah, they did it on Mythbusters.
Yeah, because they hung them up on washing lines, didn't they? And then they moved one and not the other, and they ran for the moving one.
Oh,
it's the movement that they're attracted to.
So I can wear a t-shirt in a bull field.
So you know how I don't really give a fuck about the turtles or the foxes or seal clubbing and all of that sort of stuff? You know what I am actually against? Bullfighting. I think it's really fucking mean that they stab those big horny bastards before they do it. If they didn't do that and it was a fair game, it was just one skinny little Mexican man with a rag trying to fucking wrestle it, he can have a nice time. That I'd be all right with. But the fact that they fucking shank it before it goes into the pen, I think that's really unsporting.
Yeah, it's like any blood sport with humans versus animals, isn't it? It's always set up to be a disadvantage for the animals. You know, like fox hunting. You know, like just fucking chase it down with big horses and fucking dogs and all that sort of shit. That's not fair. Make it fair. Go out there on your own in a loincloth and catch that fox. Yeah, no horses, no dogs. You fucking catch the fox. If you bring me back a fox with your bare hands, I will say you are a proper hunter. Well done. Same with bullfighting. Go in there in your pants. Yeah, survive 5 minutes. You come out there, I'll stick you down as being a good bullfighter. But yeah, don't fucking stab it first. No,
I think the stabbing aspect terrible. But I also think what you just said about fox hunting is fucking wrong.
Harold, whilst we're on about bulls as well, one thing I have always like dabbled with the idea of trying. You know, I think it's in Spain. You know, when they release loads of bulls through the streets, and you've just got to run away from them. I'd love to do that. I mean, Andy wouldn't survive 5 minutes, but it would be great.
Anything worse? They'd just be like, there'd be the countdown to the start of the race for everyone but me. It would just be the countdown to getting trampled. Like, right, well, I've got 5 seconds left. I'll call my mum, tell her I love her and all that. Like, fucking, here I go.
It'd be like,
Sophie, I don't think you'd do that well. I think you'd try and turn and hug one of them.
I don't know. They're a little bit spiky with their horns and that. I don't know how cuddly they'd really be.
This is you, though.
But, you know, the rest of it.
The bull would probably run up to you, stop, turn around and run away.
And then I'd chase the bull.
Yeah, it would be the other way around.
Now, that's a good point. Bullies don't like it when you show aggression back to them. You stand your ground. You show that you're not an actual pussy, and they tend to back down. If a bull's coming at you, instead of being like, ooh, with your little flouncy thing, if you stood there and started running straight at the cunt like this, you'll probably get pummeled.
Come on in, you prick!
Probably be pummeled.
I'll let you test that theory, Sam.
I can see the headlines already. Bullfighter dies in most glorious fashion. Bullfighter goes down like a legend.
Well, do you think there's any animals you could take out with your hands? And not like hamsters, obviously.
I reckon I could probably... Do
you think you could do a big dog? Like Alsatian size?
I think there would be a chance I could, but I wouldn't say it would be a certain victory because they're very bitey, aren't they? And, you know, I've seen police dogs in action, and
I think most animals would be quite bitey if they're being killed.
I think I'd be quite bitey as well, Sophie, if I'm honest. When these guys trying to eat me, I'm fucking biting. You can't beat them.
I'd probably take out something like a rainbow trout.
What, like punching it in the head?
Yeah. Like a particularly large trout. I reckon I could do that.
So as long as somebody's already caught it for him, he reckons he can take it on.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't catch it, would I? Pigeons. I'm fairly confident against pigeons.
Yeah. What about you, Jeeves? Is there any what size animal do you reckon you could take down? It's you or them.
A mouse. I don't know, mate. I've never actually thought about it before. Actually, I have actually had a fight with a German Shepherd before, though.
Had a fight with? Yeah, he said something about So I took him outside and I beat his ass.
It was an ex-service dog.
Spilt his pint, didn't it?
It was an ex-service dog, and it went for mine, and I got in between my dog and the German Shepherd. Yeah,
I think it went very differently. I don't think it was a dog. I think it was an actual German Shepherd, and it was like, "Hey, get away from my sheep, yeah, Hans! Leave him alone! Leave him alone!"
He's not a Fraulein.
This explains all the ball patches.
Oh Lord, Sophie, do you think you could take on any animal?
No.
She's too much of an animal fan, isn't she?
Even if it was going to kill you, it's like a real pissed off lizard, or I don't know what other animals there are.
Okay. Dragons are cool.
So those through the forest, Soph, right? You're on a nice Sunday walk through the forest. Suddenly, you're charged at by an aggressive deer. Do you swing for it or do you run?
Run.
Put it in a chokehold. Ah!
Please go for
I stop. I talk to it, calm it down, and then I ride out on its back victorious.
Do you know what a deer is? Do you have any concept of what one is?
Yes.
It's not a fucking pony. You can't just gallop
Can
along.
be. I've seen Bambi.
Yeah, and it's like this big. You're a big, stocky Baltic, man. You ain't riding on a fucking deer. It's outrageous. It's the most ridiculous thing I've heard tonight.
So is that a challenge?
Literally in my head, all I have got is Sophie struggle cuddling a deer.
We've got a deer farm on the Isle of Wight. That's it. As soon as it's open again, I'm there.
Well, if they see this, they ain't gonna let you in.
I was going to say, yeah.
Turn up. Here's your ban.
Oh, good Lord. Good Lord. Oh, well.
Well, that's impressive. Well, I guess it's my turn for some little knowledge then, isn't it? Since everyone else has imparted a bit of wisdom.
Yeah, what shit did you say you wanted to do? Was it the English
of words?
Yes.
I like linguistics and languages and stuff like that. I always have. I've always found it fascinating where stuff comes from. For instance, sorry, Sam. For our listeners, Sam just did a little wanky Spider-Man sperm flick sort of gesture thing.
The
sperm flick. Yeah, I like all that sort of stuff because it occurred to me a long time ago that there's so many little things in the English language that we use every day, and they make no fucking sense whatsoever. I mean, you walked into you've heard someone before say like, "Oof, small in here, not enough room to swing a cat." Yeah, heard that saying?
Yeah.
Doesn't really register as being a weird saying, but if you think about it, like, what a strange way to measure distance in a room. Even before the days of measuring tapes, you think they'd just use a bit of string rather than swinging felines around. However, it's a nautical term because obviously back in the day, they used to flog sailors, insubordinate sailors. The whip they'd use to flog them was the cat of nine tails. And they had to do it above deck because below deck there wasn't enough room to swing the cat. So there you go.
Oh,
don't just sit there in silence. At least feign interest. Come on.
I know. All you saying about that is just giving me flashbacks of 1990. This horrible child from London called Ruben. We were living in America again. So in America, and this cunt picked up a cat by its tail and literally swung it. I mean, there was enough room in that room. It was horrible. I didn't like it at all.
There was enough room.
Yeah, there was. It didn't. The cat didn't hit the wall, but he was not happy. I wasn't either. You can't do that to a cat.
No, while I obviously disagree with the cruelty aspect, it does illustrate that maybe it does conjure a decent picture of the size of a room, because now I'm imagining a sort of fairly nice sized room.
Isn't that how you resuscitate a cat as well? Swinging it around by its tail.
Well, that Spartacus fucked because he hasn't even got a tail. He's got an ass like a bear.
I'm sure I've read it somewhere that to resuscitate a cat, you swing it by its tail.
I'm not Googling that. I am not Googling that.
I will.
I've just been snogging them.
That's sort of knowledge that I feel safe without knowing. Because because if I ever see an unconscious cat, A, I'm going to assume it's sleeping. And B, I wouldn't swing it around by the tail anyway. I mean, what am I supposed to do? Just pick up any random prone cat and swing it around just in case it slipped into a coma. I'll save you, feline! It lives! I've done it! Well, no, I suppose it's always worthwhile knowing, I guess, isn't it?
Well, you say that.
Right. Well, do you want another one then? Because that one obviously missed the mark.
No, I actually
thought it was quite good, actually.
Oh, thank you.
We were just being ignorant and mean to you. A little side cat. Everything Mushu says, don't react to.
Just freeze frame.
Yeah, guys, is your internet broken? You're all very still and very, very quiet.
What? Oh my God. I knew this was a rubbish idea for a show. I'm never coming here again.
I hate you guys. I know I've got a did you know, but it's very specific and it's more just me moaning. Did you know that today, for the first time in my 15 years of being a postman, I asked a shop if I could use their toilet because I was busting for a piss. You know when the temperature drops and all of a sudden you're like, oh shit. Well, that happened today while I was working, and there's no toilets because everywhere's fucking shut. Thank you very much, Tory cunt shit bags. There's a pub. I could use the pub toilet normally. Anyway, I go to the shop. I was like, I don't suppose you could use your loo, could I? I'm busting for it. The woman behind the counter was like, nah. I was like, oh, thanks for that. Cheers.
Like, oh, here's the last letter you're ever going to fucking get. See ya.
Yeah. Enjoy your red cards, even though you're always fucking open. Oh, sorry, I couldn't deliver this because you wouldn't let me take a leak, you horrible bastards. I was really unimpressed with that. I was just like, it's not asking for a lot. I'm clearly busting. I mean, it did speed me up a little bit. I was fucking ran around the rest of the round after that. I was like, I'm going to piss myself. And I'm like in a real residential area at the moment as well. So there's nowhere I could just sneak off and just take a leak. I mean, there was somebody I could knock on their door.
You should have just done it in the shop.
Ah, shit.
Just stare at them while you're doing it.
I mean, you won't let me use your toilet then? Well, I'll just piss myself right here. Next time, Jeeves. Next time. I mean, I think that would be the last time they'd ever say no to a post that you needed a piss, isn't it? I was just flabbergasted. I mean, everyone's always really nice. If you're like, oh, I don't suppose you can fill my water bottle up or something like that. Everyone, even in the height of Corona, they were like, oh, Miss Postie, do you need some water? Blah, 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 blah. I was like, no, I'm fine. But yeah, on this one occasion, I genuinely needed a toilet. I got back to work and my managers all stood there. And I literally ran in, I'm pushing that spastic trolley still. And I pushed it, I just pulled the brake. I was like, I can't stop, I can't piss myself. I literally ran past into the toilets. Yeah.
It's one of those things though, isn't it? It's not like you're asking too much, but it's just one of those little, yeah, it's not like a rule that you have to let people use toilets, but it's just common decency, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, I had a little bit of a situation like that when I used to work in London. Like, obviously, doing night shifts and shit, especially through winter, was fucking miserable.
Ooh,
and
yeah,
I was walking through Moorgate, doing a patrol through Moorgate, and there was a coffee shop, and the owner had just got in to start mopping and everything. Something like 4:30 in the morning or something. And oh, Jesus just moved.
Yeah, he's just moved on mine as well.
That's annoying.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Does that put me in number one spot?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck you, Jesus.
Yeah. So I was walking through London. And this guy's like, he's seen me, and he's like, "Do you want oh mate, do you want a coffee?" sort of thing. I was like, "Oh, you know what? I'd fucking murder a coffee. It's freezing. It's miserable. Yeah, I'd do that." So I've gone in there with chat, and he's fired up his like machine behind the counter and just nattering away, you know, shooting the shit. He's made me this coffee. Sat down. I've drunk it. I've got up to leave, and he's like, "Sorry, mate, I'm gonna have to charge you for that. It's like $3.50 or whatever." I was like, "You know, everything you've done up to this point has led me to believe this was a free coffee, and I didn't have any money on me either. So I was just like, I haven't got any money on me, mate. You'll have to charge the Nick if you want to charge it." I don't know whether he ever did or not, but he didn't seem impressed. I was like, "Fuck you, then. You know, how much does it cost to make a coffee? I don't know. It can't be that much, surely."
£3.50. That's quite an expensive cup of coffee. I do hate that when people offer you something and then they charge you. You're just like, well, no. But and it makes you come across as such a pikey when you're like, well, is it free?
Yeah,
like, I hate to clarify, but are you going to try and charge me for this, or are you being generous? If you want a pint, mate, well, it depends. Is it free, or otherwise I'll ask you, may I have a pint? Fucking nonsense.
Yeah, there we go. So let's have what are we going for then? Cars. Let's have another car one, Jeeves. Go on.
We need a whip.
I think you might like this one. The man that invented cruise control was blind. Right? His name was Ralph Tita. And in 1948, he was inspired to invent the cruise control by his lawyer, who apparently was a poor driver.
That's amazing.
But yeah, the guy that created cruise control for cars was blind.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting, actually. I mean, because his only driving experience, I would assume, would be from other people driving.
Yeah.
How bad must his driver be that a blind guy is inspired to recreate the way cars work? Like, you are that bad at driving, I'm going to invent an entirely new concept. Fuck. Well, I do quite like that. That's quite a good one.
That is a good one. Yeah. How does he know? How do you fucking invent anything? Sorry, I was looking off camera there because it reminded me of something I meant to write down and I forgot to write it down. How do you invent anything when you're blind?
I did try to go into the story on it a little bit more, but I ended up looking at it for about 3 hours and I was like, I can't put this in the podcast. So I just left it at that little bit of information.
So did he come up with the concept, or did he physically? He can't have physically invented it. You can't do nothing if you're blind, can you? Listen to shit, play music.
No, I see some blind craftsmen, and they're fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Like there's these guys over in China or wherever it is. That's probably horrifically racist. I didn't mean that. There's guys in other countries somewhere, who are blind, who make the most incredible sort of like ceramic pots and carvings and shit like that. And you think, like, how the fuck do you do that?
Yeah, but I'm talking about like precision engineering, soldering and shit like that. That's
Well, if
not
you've got
really
a braille computer, you're pretty much laughing, aren't you?
My finger. I've just been burning.
When was it, Jeeves?
What's that?
When was it?
1948.
So I probably didn't have a braille computer to do everything then. That guy's just a fucking genius, apparently. He's a wizard.
He's just a wizard. Yeah.
That's quite impressive. I do like shit like that.
That is amazing. I am yeah, but that hurts my head a little bit. Just the thought of it. Just a blind person who's just like, oh, you need cruise control. You speed up and slow down too much. I'm like, this is what fucking time. I don't know what's going on.
Fucking got permanent.
Doesn't realise he's at his nan's house in the rocking chair. With a fan in front of him.
Drivers down the pub. No, I'll just stick him in the rocking chair with a fan on. He's none the wiser. Take the call. Fucking brilliant. I'll get the day off.
Yeah, just play noise of traffic. Oh, we're just going over to Tesco. Ring. Oh, that's a quality one. What that reminded me of, Jeeves, that I was trying to look up, but I haven't, was the original inventor of the burglar alarm, ironically, had the design stolen from him. But unfortunately, I don't have all the stats. So I think I've just got the guy who painted it, who obviously stole it from him. Yeah, I heard it the other day. You listened to some song called "The Facts of Life" or some shit like that, and I went to fact check it, and yeah, I forgot to take a note of it, so I've got no actual specifics, I'm afraid. But yeah, how funny is that? You build a burglar alarm and some cunt nicks it and paints it. Yeah, horrific.
I think that's gonna be the worst thing. Can you imagine having the best design for something ever, and then thinking like, this is it, this is the one that's gonna make me rich, and then somebody else gets there first? You'd just be like, oh.
Why I order.
Yeah. Oh. Go on then, Soph. Let's have an animal, shall we?
Another animal one.
Yeah, why not?
Okay. Did you know that possums don't actually play dead? It's the stress of confrontation that causes them to go into a shock. And they go into a little coma that can last between 40 minutes and 4 hours.
I mean, that's... I like that.
You know, we were talking about animals that you reckon you could take on. I choose a possum. A possum.
I'm fairly...
Like,
although I'd probably end up sleeping alongside it.
You're just spooning it.
Scare the crap out of each other.
Wake up and it's fuck.
That's a pretty good at that. So I follow a couple of YouTubers. One of them's got this. It used to be a fishing channel, which I didn't follow, and he's bought a farm, and he just does like hunting videos and stuff now. I really, really enjoy it. But like raccoons tear his shit up. I mean, they broke into his duck pen and just fucking ate everything. They just ate all the ducks and quails. It was ridiculous. So he killed all of them, which was a bit sad because they're the coolest looking of all the furry animals, I think. Anyway, he caught a possum in like a little dog trap, and he's like, no, we're not going to kill this. I really like them because they eat ticks. They like all the mangy bugs that nobody likes, like ticks, chiggers, mosquitoes, flies, snails, all of that horrible stuff. They wolf it all down. So they're like a brilliant animal to have kicking around.
And they've got those tiny little hands as well, haven't they? So they can proper pick. I love it. You see those videos?
That's raccoon, isn't it?
Oh, sorry, we'll be talking about possums.
Yeah.
Sorry, I've got raccoons in my head. Yeah.
Yeah. No, raccoons do have really cool hands, though. You're right. They're amazing.
Do you think possums look cool?
No, they're ugly as fuck.
Oh,
but they're really cool animals to have kicking around your land. If you're in a country.
Can I just interject here? Soph, have you got any facts on duck-billed platypuses by any chance?
No, I did read something though, but no, I haven't got anything here.
Well, talking about funny-looking animals, obviously the duck-billed platypus is in a league of its own. Obviously, God was having a day off and just gave the animal design department over to some fucked up mushroom-induced hippie. And he came up with the duck bill. Yeah, fuck it. I'll take a hand, I'll stick a duck's face on it and then fucking big flappy beaver tail and shit and run free, little man.
And they've got little ninja spikes at the back as well, haven't they? They've got like a poison spike at the back.
Yeah. Despite being a mammal in every way, shape and form, when you look at them, they lay eggs. Nice one. And they don't have nipples. Female duck-billed platypuses don't have nipples. They have mammary glands, but no nipples. What they do instead is they sweat the milk out and it collects in a trough down by their bottom legs, which the pups then sort of drink out of.
That is fucking gross.
I know. Can
you imagine that?
Came up with the duck-billed platypus. What happened there? What happened on that day that they...
Sophie, as a lady, could you imagine if you have to feed your baby, you had to let milk excrete from your skin and gather in your gunt? You just got to hold it
just
up like a flap.
Cock my leg up so they could suck on it. No.
You just hold its face in there, just like, go on, lap it up, little kitty. That's so gross, Mushu.
Well,
I didn't know that though. I knew about the eggs.
It's not my fault. I didn't create the duck-billed platypus.
Yeah, you did. And then you made the camel after. Another stupid fucking animal.
Are you kidding? The camels are brilliant.
Yeah, but look at them. So what did I say? On a TV show, they described a camel as a horse created by a committee. Right, so it's got to have big feet, and it's got to have a place to store water and, massive eyelashes to keep the sun out of its head. I mean, they're kind of cool animals, but they do look fucking weird. There's nothing like them anywhere in the world apart from deserts.
It's kind of like if you had a barrel, a few broomsticks and some elastic bands and someone said, make a horse out of that, you'd end up with a camel. It's all just knees and fucking hoofs. I think they're brilliant because they don't take any shit. They're really, really clever. They're like really clever. If you follow Terry Pratchett, according to him, the most intelligent creature in the world, the universe's best mathematician was a camel. But that's probably not factually correct. No,
I listened to a Terry Pratchett book last week, actually.
Oh, did you?
Yes, Good Omens. That one that was a TV series that was very good.
Yeah. Not one of my favourite books, but quite good.
I won't lie. I found it a bit tiresome, actually. I am, yeah. Oh, cricket's back.
No, the Discworld novels are the best ones. Go for the Discworld novels.
No, I'll just go pass.
All that.
Can't be fucked, mate. I'll finish that one because I know roughly what's coming, but yeah, I can't be bothered. There's too many of them. It's really daunting when there's a series of books with like 50 books and you're like, oh. I mean, it shouldn't be. It should be exciting because there's 50 books. But in the back of my head, I'm like, oh, that's a lot.
The good thing is, if you read the first one and you like it, you know you've got a shit ton more before you ever run out.
Well, no, that is very, very true. An old housemate of mine used to start at the beginning, read them all, and then finish them and start again at the beginning.
I think I've read all of them so many times now. They never get old for me. I love them. So good.
Yeah, you still haven't finished Ready Player One, have you?
No, I'm still. I'm working through it though. Give me a chance. I've been sleeping.
Yeah, fucking day. Yeah, we covered this yesterday in the failed podcast of November.
yeah, that didn't happen, did it? It didn't work.
No, it didn't. It didn't pan out right, did it? Come on, Richie, let's have another English language thing. Another fun fact about words.
Okay, then let's go for one close to my home. Obviously, being ex-police and that, I'm quite interested in all the slang terms for the police and stuff like that.
Can I do some?
I'll tell you what, I don't know all of them.
Cunts. Come on, join in, people.
I don't know. I do know some of them though. Like for instance, Bobby. Why they're called Bobbies? It's because it's the first police service was created by a man called Sir Robert Peel. Robert, obviously, Bobbies. Coppers, they're called coppers because the old badges they used to have were made of coppers. Were made of copper.
Made of copper, servicemen.
Were made of copper. Someone asked me why they were called pigs the other day. Why they all get called pigs? Was it you, Jeeves?
No, it was me.
It was you, was it, Soph? Yeah.
Yeah, because Jeeves started singing when he saw some the other day.
Yeah, and I wasn't.
Whoa! Stop for a second. What did he start singing when he saw either pigs or police? I don't know which one because you weren't specific.
He saw police, and I'll let him sing you the song.
I'll give you
I smell bacon. I smell pork. Run, little piggy. I've got a fork.
Huh. And that's singing, is it?
Yeah, it was a lot of musical in the van. Yes.
I'm not proper singing on the fucking on this, mate.
Why not?
It definitely wouldn't be video clips and then released on YouTube.
Yes, it would.
What's the tune go to then?
Mate, that's all it's ever been. That's all I've ever known it as.
Well, there you go. But to go back to the police thing, the origins. Do you know where the origins of why they're called the police?
No.
Why you're called a policeman? It goes back to the Latin, as so much of our language does. The Latin word for city is anyone?
Popo.
Polis, i.e., metropolis, necropolis, and all of that. Polis is city. So if you're a policeman, you're a man of the city. If you're a politician, you're a thinker of the city, and so on and so forth. So there we go, another little Latin root of our language.
Oh, I didn't know.
I think we should have the judges from Judge Dredd rather than the policemen.
I don't. Oh my God.
Think how fun it'd be to have that job.
Well, yeah, okay, it would be quite fun to have the job, but all it takes is one dickhead policeman, and then we'd be like in America, but instead of black people just getting shot all the time, it would be all people.
Be everyone. No diversity there.
I mean, the thing is, they're just a little bit too strict, aren't they? You know, the laws that they enforce. But it would be quite cool if you just see like little hoodie chavs in like Gosport High Street getting put down by a lawgiver. Fuck you. One less shitbag to deal with.
Actually, when you put it like that, I'm kind of pro that idea. Okay. Yeah.
We'll go with that.
Why the devil not? Oh, I like it. Do you, what other fun police facts have you got, Mushu? I like hearing these.
I can't think of any off the top of my head. I'll have a look. We'll have a break in a minute. I'll have a look at the others I've got lined up, and I'll give you some more.
Okay.
I've got a nice time-related one if you want, because this is another thing that fascinates me.
Yeah, go on, then.
And terrifies me, I should say. I've always been really, really nervous about time because I don't know, it just doesn't seem like it works the same as everything else should. But in time, if you look at a chronological timeline, did you know that we are closer on that timeline to Cleopatra than Cleopatra is to the builders of the pyramids? So she lived closer to us than she did to the creators of the pyramids, which I found pretty interesting.
That's
Just wait
cool.
for some process.
That is actually really cool.
When did Cleopatra live? I assume you're not talking about the coming at you, Cleopatra.
That's exactly who I was talking about. The girl group from London. Yeah. Obviously, Cleopatra and Alexander and that. I would assume, what with being Alexander and that, it would be around the Roman times. So it would be around sort of 00 BC, wouldn't it? Or 00 AD, or whatever it is. Or,
Okay. Yeah, and the pyramids were built like 5000 BC, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I didn't know that.
Interesting. In the same way that the Tyrannosaurus Rex lives closer to us on a timeline than it does to a Stegosaurus.
That I definitely didn't know.
Which is also interesting.
Can you go more about that?
And one last one, just to keep you going, this one blows my mind. Oxford University is older than the Aztec Empire.
Really?
Yeah. Oxford University was founded before the Aztec Empire.
Huh.
And the Aztec
Which was when?
reached its peak and died out in that time since, which I found pretty interesting as well.
I would like to put a disclaimer out there that all facts and figures portrayed in this are not necessarily accurate and not to be used for any scientific data gathering purposes.
But do feel free to call us on our bullshit. I mean, you could start your very own forum thread if you sign up to pacifistpodcast.com. What bullshit we've heard the guys talk. And then you just put stuff down there and we'll all just be educated, I guess, by better people.
Yeah, please fact check by all means. But no, the Stegosaurus and the T-Rex thing.
Yep.
What? Were they not all kicking around at the same time?
No,
they're separated by several million.
This is what people don't realise. All of these dinosaurs, the dinosaur period. Wow,
it's like beatboxing.
I mean, obviously you've got Jurassic, Cretaceous, all of the others.
Cretaceous.
All of these different ages, but they're like millions of years apart. And there's millions of years of evolution between these things happening. In order to for them to change into different kinds of lizards, I guess.
Different kind of lizards. I like dinosaurs being referred to as lizards. It really pleases me.
Yeah, although apparently there's a new school of thought in which they're more birds now.
Yeah, they were meant to have feathers, weren't they? I saw
that about the Velociraptor was supposed to be more bird, apparently more related to birds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I saw a picture of it with feathers on it, which didn't look right.
Yeah, I mean, you can picture the old cavemen standing around now. So just go and fucking hit it with your club. Look, worked on that dodo. Look.
He comes back, he's got one arm. He's like, I don't know what you were talking about. I tried to hit it on the fucking head, and his mate jumped out of a bush and pulled my bloody arm off. It was the dodo, not the Velociraptor, dickhead.
Standing there with his club, he's just like, clever girl.
Hey.
That is my favourite bit from Jurassic Park. I love that.
Oh, yeah.
No, my favourite bit from that film has got to be the guy on the toilet. He runs into the bathroom, and he just like everything goes around him, and he just sat there on the toilet in front of a fucking T-Rex.
Right. I've just fact checked myself here because you seemed like you didn't believe that last one about Oxford University.
Yeah.
Right. University of Oxford has no known foundation date. Blah blah blah. But existed in form as early as 1096. is when the first records of it. 200 years older than the Aztecs, 300 years older than Machu Picchu, and 150 years older than the Easter Island Heads.
Wow. Okay. Fair enough.
So there you go.
You big fucking know-it-all. Yeah.
Anyone would think I went there. I definitely didn't. I got too stoned.
I've got a fact about Back to the Future.
Oh yeah, let's hear it.
Yeah, I love a bit of movie trivia.
So the original time machine in Back to the Future was supposed to be a refrigerator, but the director was afraid that children would try imitating the film and trap themselves inside fridges. The eventual choice was a modified 1981 DeLorean DMC-12.
Love that. I love the DeLorean.
It has to be said was a great decision, because watching someone trying to reach 88 in a fridge would have been
yeah, 88 miles
Going
an
down
hour.
a hill.
Yeah, we're just gonna have to like chuck you off this fucking cliff. Get in. Whee! Yeah, I mean the DeLorean is so much cooler though, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
I think. I mean the DeLorean. It has to be said, the DeLorean in Ready Player One. I don't know if you've noticed, but it's also upgraded with kit, which you can see in the film, but you don't notice. They mention it in the book. He's got kit on board the DeLorean. With the red light that goes along, yeah. If you're gonna if you've got access to everything, why not have fucking everything? I say.
Excellent. In Ready Player 2, he spends a lot of moolah on an actual working flex capacitor.
Oh, get on.
Yep. Not trying to give any spoilers away, but seeing as you brought it up. And also, Jeeves, he's got the Ghostbuster sign on the door. You can see all of this in the actual movie. It's just like little Easter eggs.
And his registration plate is Ecto-88, which is the Ghostbusters reg, obviously.
Would you like a
siren? Because that's the worst siren ever. It's the most annoying noise, isn't it? Fucking horrible.
Oh man, that's epic. Have you guys seen the trailer for the new Ghostbusters that's coming out?
I'm really excited about that.
It looks so good.
Is it women again?
No. Original cast.
Yeah.
But it's got the original cast. It's the same amount of time on as it would have been since the film was released, if you know what I mean, which I like when they do that rather than just having actors trying to play the same characters. And
has it got the kids from Stranger Things in it? Or at least one of the kids from Stranger Things?
Yeah, but
it's brilliant.
It's just brilliant. They're in this old bar, and he pulls this dust cover off this car, and you've just got the Ectomobile just sitting there, and it's just like, fuck yeah, I want to get some of that going. That looks awesome.
Yeah. So
could you imagine watching Stranger Things and then having fucking Ghostbusters rock up?
Why not? It's a perfect crossover. Get that fucking Demigorgon with a couple of Ectoblasters and a couple of Ectopacks.
I happen to agree. That fuck them up, good and proper.
Yeah.
Going back to Ready Player One, as we're doing facts and stuff that you didn't know. It's the only film Spielberg has ever referenced his own work in. He's really, really funny about doing that, and he was a bit iffy about doing the show, considering the film. Sorry, considering how much he's referred to in the book. And yeah, all those little Easter eggs and little nods to his previous movies. It's the first time he's ever done that in his movies.
He's taken out almost all of them, hasn't he? He's taken out almost all of them. He's only left a couple which were pivotal to the story in there. Yeah. It's
like his car, the Back to the Future.
Yeah. But it's such a... The thing is, with so many pop culture references and stuff, it must be a nightmare trying to cut all of them out. Like, you'd never be able to do it because you'd end up with no story left.
It's a nightmare book, isn't it? It's just a fucking nightmare book to read. It's just reference of, like I say, nightmare. I love it. I absolutely love it because I know most of the references. It's only when he goes into the Chinese manga-y stuff where I get a little bit lost. But it's just
that I'm picking up on now. I mean, these two whippersnappers down here, they wouldn't get half of the references, I don't think. But like, I read through the footnotes and I'm just like, fuck, that was such a good film. I need to watch that again. Like, oh my god, I love that series. One series I haven't watched is Family Ties. Which
does it reference Iron Eagle?
No, Jesus. No, it doesn't reference Iron Eagle, and for very good reason. Because how the fuck would you ever reference that? And then Hitler rode in.
Sorcerer's Apprentice.
No.
It's all 80s reference, Jeeves. Read the book and understand. I've only been on at you for 2 years. You won't regret it. You'll enjoy.
I'll look at getting the bloody Audible. All right.
All right. Don't get so pissy. Can't have too many people salty tonight. It's my turn.
Go fuck yourself.
Wow.
Oi, big boy.
Sophie, how about you lighten the mood with an animal-related fact? Are you out yet, or you still got some?
No, I've still got some. Did you know that sloths can actually die of starvation on a full stomach?
Oh, that's shit, isn't it? I've heard that somewhere before. That's such.
It's probably from me.
What a shitty hand to be dealt in life.
That literally sounds like the sort of thing Andy would die from.
Yeah, it takes them 2 weeks to digest food.
Oh my God, they are so lazy. They eat shit once a year as well. They come down from the tree to do like one big shit and then they climb back.
Once a week.
Once a week.
Once a week.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, because they eat tough, rubbery rainforest leaves full of toxins. Their digestive system has had to slowly evolve to put up with it all.
Well, eat something else.
This
banana.
Sucks. You know, surely it would have been much quicker to evolve into like, actually, those leaves taste like shit. These bananas taste nice.
Yeah. Do you imagine if they were actually eating nutritious food that didn't require 2 weeks to digest it, what they could have become? Because they are pretty cool animals. I love the look of stuff.
Could you imagine that? Oh, look out, here comes a sloth.
It's no longer got hooked hands. It's got like an extra 4 legs because it's galloping through.
I mean, you look at them, they are designed. They're literally just like little furry ninja stars. If you're going to swing anything around, swing one of them because you'll fucking have someone's eye out. You know what I mean? They're literally all hooked, aren't they?
They've got little karambits on their hands, haven't they?
I used to work with sloths.
The baby sloths, a lot of baby sloths can die from holding on. They mistake their own arms for branches.
That's adults as well. But yeah.
I mean, that's a shit way to go out, isn't it? It's falling like, hang on, I fucked this up.
But just think the fastest part of their life would be them falling to their death.
Yeah. What a rush. I never knew speeds like this existed. Whoa.
I kind of wonder though, because time and speeds are relative to the animal, aren't they? I remember watching a documentary, I don't know what it was about, but they blew a building up and they had a slug or a snail in the area where it was being blown up. And then they focused on that, and then they focused on some pigeons. So they blow the building up, and instantly the pigeons know what the fuck is going on. They fly away, they go elsewhere. But the dust cloud goes over the snail, and although its antennae go down a little bit because of the dust, it just kept moving forward, and it had no perception of what was actually happening around it because it's so slow in its life.
I was going to say, to be fair, it can't make a quick exit.
No. But
that's it. Probably go. I can run.
Yeah, I'm out of here.
Is there a chance that that's because slugs and snails are thick as shit and probably aren't aware of demolition procedures?
No. I actually have quite a few facts on slugs and snails, considering they're one of the animals that I hate the most.
Oh, let's hear.
If not the animal I hate the most.
The only thing with the sloth, though, the only thing with the sloths was when you mentioned it, all I had come to my mind is that
Sid the sloth?
Zootopia.
Oh,
Zootopia.
Flash, the 100-mile dash.
It's him just going, ha, ha.
I love that guy. It's so good. Good.
Another fact about sloths, their fur hangs upside down compared to all the other animals. So the fur hangs running from the stomach to their back because of flow of rainwater. Hey!
That is so cool.
That's my work. That's the hoodie I wear to work.
I love it. The crazy shit you've got. It's great.
Yeah, it's cool. Isn't it? Sorry,
down the front of it as well. I like that.
That was pen, you fucker. It's not a ketchup stain.
I've seen you eat.
Yeah, like this.
Not like a sloth.
So, what are these slugs and snails facts then? Because I know you hate them. So that must have been quite impressive. That must have been quite.
I literally because I had it on my laptop and I was like looking through my fingers to scroll past the pictures just to get to words, so I didn't have to look at them. It was probably quite comical, someone else looking in on it, but so I didn't know. I didn't know pretty much any of this. But snails can actually sleep up to 3 years.
That's my kind of animal.
But obviously, in this 3 years, they need moisture to survive. But it's actually called hibernation or estivation.
And what warrants this sort of long nap? You know, a particularly lengthy workout?
So it's if the weather conditions and the environmental conditions aren't suitable. But they actually secrete mucus over themselves to protect themselves from the hot and dry weather.
Oh, so I've seen that.
They puke over themselves for up to 3 years to survive.
That's fucking horrible, isn't it? That is gross.
I kind of like that idea, though. It's
like
2020. I know what I'd have done if I had that ability. The beginning of 2020, I'd be like, nope. And I'd be out for the next 3 years. See you in 2023.
Yeah.
Why not? You would imagine.
Also, you saying earlier, Sam, about the zooming in on a snail watching an explosion. They don't actually have any sense of hearing.
Oh, there you go. That's why that's what I'm fazed by it. But no, the snail aspect. Oh God, what was I going to say about with regards to hibernation? Nah, it doesn't fucking matter. It wasn't interesting because it's a snail.
Exactly. But did you know that North America have around 500 native species of snails?
I do know.
Nope.
Did I
Disgusting,
care?
Isn't it?
That's the question. Did I care?
No, but
do you care about any of these facts tonight, though?
Very good point. Very good point. But then
I quite like the old one about Keith in Slough. He was pretty cool, or whatever his name was.
If you've got a snail, though, right? The amount of things I see eating snails constantly, like you've got like fucking badgers, foxes, birds, everything eats snails because they don't move very fast.
French people. Jeeves. Jinx.
So yeah, French people, yeah, all of that. But why? Surely the worst thing you could do is then stop in the same place for 3 years when everything's trying to eat you. You don't move very fast anyway, so you're gonna have a 3-year nap. Yeah, good luck waking up from that, mate. Where do they fucking go? Is there some sort of secret snail boarding house or something where it's all safe? Soph, do you know?
You'll have to become a snail and find out.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. Is when you get 12 hours sleep, you wake up and your breath smells like cat shat in it, shat in your mouth. Imagine how bad their breath must smell after 3 years of sleeping.
And throwing up on themselves.
I was going to say their breath wouldn't be the issue. It was the 3 years of vomiting on themselves, which would probably cause the worst odor.
Have you seriously never turned a plant pot over and seen 10 snails just sort of in a goopy ball where you can just see that they're covered in snail trail shine?
Is that what they're doing then?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that must be what they're doing because they ain't moving around.
I always just flick them over the fence and say, that must be well confusing. Wake up, you go for a nap, in a nice cozy plant pot, wake up and you're in a bird's nest somewhere being stared at by a load of hungry birds.
Yeah, it's like, what did I drink last night? Jesus. I swear I was in my pot, my pot plant.
Covered in puke.
Yeah.
That is quite interesting. Have you seen those people that paint snails? They paint the snail shells with nail varnish to make them pretty.
Yeah, I've seen that. I used when I was younger, I used to have a friend that used to have all of our snails in the back garden, that lot, and she'd paint different coloured nail varnish on them all, so she knew who was who, and she could keep track of where they were all the time.
Yeah, fuck your evolutionary camouflage. You're going pink.
Yeah.
Good luck taking the badges now.
Yeah. Oh no, Rodney's been eaten by a magpie.
That'll teach him having a fucking neon yellow shell.
Yeah, flashy cunt.
So, how many teeth do you think slugs have?
I would hope none.
Fuck knows. Lots.
Shapes?
100.
Thousands.
Really?
Thousands, yeah. They have a radula, which is more common in mollusks. The best description was a minutely toothed, is it chitinous ribbon?
Yeah, that was a really good description of.
Yeah, that cleared it up.
When I saw the diagram, I was just like, yeah, that makes total sense. But now I can't say it without seeing the diagram, apparently. Apparently I need to see the picture to be able to say the word.
For some reason,
But yeah, it's basically like a tube, just loads and loads of teeth.
Right, okay. I just had a tiny vagina in my head for some reason. I don't know why.
Was it the word uvula?
I think it might have been. I
didn't even use that word.
No, it sounded like that.
No, you said a word which sounded something along those lines. And
Radula?
Are you on about like the worm thing in Star Wars?
I'm on about a slug.
Yeah, I know, but the rows of teeth. Is that what you're on about?
But yeah, it is similar to that. Or have you ever seen a ragworm?
No.
James, the pit of Sarlacc is
that's the one.
made-up thing. It's not a real creature.
No, I was using that for a reference so I understood what the fuck she was trying to say.
Sophie, you got any unicorn facts? Any facts about dragons or anything else that doesn't fucking exist?
The Scottish have their national anthem is unicorn.
Anthem, that's the music.
Oh, fuck it. National fucking animal, whatever they call it.
Mascot.
The haggard.
That's the one. Is a unicorn.
That's the Welsh, you fucking. Oh, you said unicorn, not dragon. Can I go to bed yet?
Not quite. Not quite.
I tell you what, this is the best one that I found about slugs, and that I had no idea about. Did you know that they breathe through a blowhole on the side of their body?
On the side, they haven't even got it in the right place.
Yeah.
Do you know what I like doing with slugs? Because I'm sick of these fucking slug facts now, because they're dirty little fucking gross things. When I used to grow vegetables in my garden, I used to like going out at night with a pair of scissors and just chopping the cunts in half. Oh, it's dead satisfying that was. I saw it on a gardening program. It was like a River Cottage, you know, like Hugh Fearnley-Whittinstall. Do you know who he is?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did it. And he's like, well, there's loads of ways you can do it. You can put a beer trap down. I was like, well, I ain't doing that. That's a waste. I was like, but what I find the most effective way is to take a pair of scissors out and go out at night with a flashlight. So much fun. So much more fun than you'd think it would be. Just snip.
I mean, it's horribly cruel.
No, it's not. Because then all the hedgehogs eat them up, don't you? It's like portion control. Come along, there's half a snail here, half a snail there.
Yeah, but that's odd logic. You know, you can't go out and kill people and then justify it by saying, no, I feed them to my dogs afterwards.
No. Slugs and people, very different things. I was growing vegetables to eat vegetables, and they were eating my vegetables before I got to eat their vegetables. Those vegetables, sorry. You know what else is fucking weird about slugs? Sorry. Now that you brought it up, Sophie, you silly twat. Now I'm talking about fucking horticultural shit.
Rigid.
I had loads of plants growing, and do you know what the bastards ate? All my chilies. They were fucking obsessed with them. I don't know what it is about them. I wanted them chilies, and the motherfuckers overnight literally stripped the bastard bare. Oh, I was not happy. Fucking scissors came out that night, that's for sure.
I wonder if
not soon enough.
Through the slug. Like if a bird comes down, if a bird would come down at that slug after it's just been munching on chilies and that.
broke the fucking sound barrier the next day while it was flying along. It wasn't just a little white pellet that popped out. It's a fireball.
Actually trace its route just in bird shit along the road.
We're back!
We're back! Woo-hoo! Anyone would have thought I would have taken that opportunity to have a drink, but apparently not.
No, why would you? Iron Brew. Yeah. Good stuff. They used to do little Iron Brew and Bell's whiskey mixes. You know when Alco Pops were like a real big thing in like 95 when they first came out and everything was Alco Pop. Yeah. Iron Brew and Bell's whiskey was a lovely one.
Do you remember when they brought out the fiery Iron Brew? The advert?
I was just about to say, I saw an advert for the other day for the fiery brew.
With all the old ladies.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so good. I remember that advert being on when it first came out. Do you remember that, Sam? And they're like saying, my grandson told me about this fiery Iron Brew. And then they take a sip. She's like, oh, ball! And then it suddenly flicks to the next one. She's like, locks. I've got locks on all of my gates here. But gave me this Iron Brew. She's like, shit. And then it goes to the next one. She's like, Shih Tzus. They're my favourite kind of dog.
No, I don't. That's amazing.
It's such a good advert. I'll draw a picture of it and send it to you.
Oh, brilliant. I look forward to it. That's so cool. I'm going to look that up. I'll find it, put it on the page so everybody can benefit from this amazingness.
I will do just that. What I'll do is I'll put it on the website. So
even better.
pacifistpodcast.com, and then you can check it out there. And once you've seen it, find it funny, sign in and say something on the forums.
Which are hidden away in a drop-down menu in the top right-hand corner, because I took ages to find them as well. I got an email through saying, Mushu's written something in the forums on the pacifistpodcast.com. Dropped it in there again, you're welcome. There's forums. I thought it was just a lot of pictures of us and writing and ramblings about us.
There's even an FAQ page.
Is there?
Yeah. Have you not even checked out the support page yet?
God.
I might have accidentally messaged the support page earlier trying to write a forum post. Leave me alone, I'm really tired. We're meant to be
I like how he takes the piss out of you for not being able to technology.
Yeah, it's
fair. I'm rubbish.
How many calories was it for banging your head against the wall?
Yeah, you lose
250 for an hour.
Right.
Should we do some of the comments that people have written, because there's some good ones?
Yeah, mostly animal related, I see as well. So
yes. Did you know that female kangaroos have 3 vaginas?
Kangaroos or koalas? Because I do believe koalas doing that, because that's one of my facts, funny enough.
I've got, moving swiftly on from kangaroos, koalas, nearly all of them have chlamydia.
Well,
Did you know that males have forked penises?
No, we don't.
The koalas do.
Oh, okay.
2 vaginas.
Huh?
Is that because of the 2 vaginas?
3.
3 vaginas. So what's the third one for then?
I didn't look into it that much.
The first 2. Better chances.
It just seems slightly excessive, if you ask me. I mean, look at our species. You've got blokes that don't know their way around 1 vagina. Although
What's
maybe.
What is the point in having 3 vaginas, though? I mean, they must be kink fuckers.
What's the point in having
koalas also have fingerprints too. And most tree-dwelling mammals don't.
I've just had the worst thought. If I was a koala, I would forever be just going around poking people in the eyes with my dick. Both of them. You did it again. I'm like, hey, here we go. I know I would. This is why I have to have a human one.
What, a human penis?
A human one.
Mine. I'm talking about not like other people's. It's not like it's Monday. Time for human penis. While we're talking about dicks, can we bring up ducks? Have you got ducks down there on your penis list, Sophie?
I don't know. Although you've told me this one before, actually.
Ducks have a spiral penis. I know.
What?
it's spiral, and female ducks have a spiral vagina.
Well, that makes sense. Is that why they call it
No,
screwing?
it doesn't. Because the bloke's penis is like clockwise and the vagina is like anti-clockwise. They go different ways.
You've vanished, by the way.
Oh, look, I'm going. Hang on. Maybe if I sort some light out or something. Is that better?
Yeah, that is better. That's unusual, but there's lots of them, so it seems to work.
And ducks are very rapey as well. Male
Are
ducks
they?
rape the women.
Rabbits are really rapey. My sister used to have a rabbit and a guinea pig, and that poor guinea pig used to get proper bummed non-stop. It was the rabbit was just on it all the time. The poor thing. It like had proper Munchausen. It just accepted its fate by that point. You're a different species. It's just, oh God, here it comes. Done. Just a poor little fucking, absolutely ridiculous.
Like it's a drawn out process though for rabbits, is it?
No, it's not. It's not for lions.
He's in the one where it's going, stops, and it just falls over.
Yeah.
What are you talking about, me?
May as well.
Yeah.
Oh, Sophie, I've just seen the picture of the koala penis you've posted up on our Pacifist Podcast group. That's something I'll never unsee. It looks like a weird sort of zombie mushroom, doesn't it? Oh, yeah. Not appealing. If I was a lady koala, I certainly wouldn't be putting that in my mouth. Put it that way.
Oh, well, as I said earlier, they're all riddled. They're proper cute, though, aren't they? It's always the ones you least expect riddled.
No, they just look a bit dumb, aren't they? I mean, they're another one that, like, they eat something that has no nutritional value at all. Like, eucalyptus leaves aren't enough to sustain it, like, really, in a normal diet. So they have to eat shit tons of them. It's just...
I'm all right with that. I mean, if I could live in a tree and just live off of curly whirlies every day, just curly whirly after curly whirly after curly whirly after curly whirly, maybe mix in a chomp.
You know, eating the same thing over and over again, though. I've always thought this. Like, I like pandas, right? You look at panda bears, everyone would assume a panda bear only eats bamboo, right? But it doesn't. They eat everything. They're carnivores as well. Well, they're omnivores, so they'll quite happily eat meat as well if they get given meat. They'll eat shitloads. It's just bamboo is what they've sort of got in abundance, so that's what they normally eat.
Oh,
but they will eat.
Panda bears, they're giant pandas anyway, aren't they? Small pandas are all dead. They are the funniest things. Have you seen? There was a video that went viral a little while ago of like, it was like a Chinese woman trying to sort out little baby pandas, and they're like the most mischievous little fuckers you've ever seen. They're so funny. She's just like trying to get him out of a box or something like that, and they're just like, no, we'll go back in the box. And she's like literally wrestling them.
I constantly refer to my job as being a panda keeper, because it's like I just sort out one issue and then another one's climbed into the leaf barrel and is rolling down the hill. You're just like, fuck's sake, you got to go get them, and then another one's fallen down the slide or something. It's like, sorry.
There's a video of one trying to, the zookeeper trying to get into the enclosure, and they were all bundled by the door. So in the end, she had to throw her broom over the wall. They all got distracted, chased after that, so she could get in.
They're such funny little animals. It's there were a couple that they were trying to get to breed, and they just weren't having none of it. So they put panda porn on telly to try and get them a little bit motivated. I assume it's not pictures, not like videos of humans shagging. It was just of other pandas getting it on. I don't know whether or not it was successful or not. I just remember seeing a documentary where they were like, "Oh, now they put some
no
for them." It
didn't work, but they did have the first successful born panda, I think, during lockdown. Because I remember seeing a post on it. It's like, who knew that the only thing you needed to get pandas to have sex was not to watch them?
I mean, it would probably put me off if I'm honest. There's just like kids there banging on the window. Is it Bobo monkeys? Are they the monkeys that solve all of their problems by shagging? There's a type of monkey. I think it's Bob. A Bobo.
You always see passing the time by just yanking their dicks around in ridiculous fashion, don't they? They're like got them up here and stuff.
Well, they've got a really, really interesting social dynamic amongst themselves that they literally solve all their problems by boning. I went to Memphis Zoo, and this lady monkey keeper, she was so passionate and excited by these monkeys. It was incredible. And you know, like when someone's really passionate about something, it doesn't matter what they're talking about. It's just interesting to hear. And she's like, yeah. And they basically solve all their problems by shagging. Well, not shagging, because in American, they don't know what that word is. But yeah, they're just like literally, they literally just bone the whole time. It's incredible. But you know, they don't fight. There's no infighting. It's just a lot of monkey fucking.
I mean, it would have made the 2020 American election a lot more fun. Let's put it that way.
Well, oh God, no, either of them do it. It's like watching your grandparents at it. Oh,
watching them do it together.
Oh,
live through it. Good old fashioned bumming. Yeah, wow. I mean, I'd probably watch it, to be fair, to see one.
Do you reckon? I reckon Trump's like a power bottom.
Oh no, Trump definitely. He's the sort of person that would put it in anything. I reckon absolutely anything.
No, I reckon that's what you think because that's the interpretation he puts out there. But in reality, I reckon he's like, "Come on then, Ivanka, peg me, wrap it up."
I don't think she gives him the choice. Have you seen the videos like when he's walking along, tries to hold her hand, and she's like, "Nope."
Understandable.
I mean, that's just taking the top spot of uncomfortable images now. It's just knocked the koala penis off the top.
Oh dear, what other comments have we got on air? We got blue whales have arteries that are so big a human person could swim through them. That's quite large, isn't it? I assume that's like a normal human person and not like myself.
What other kind of people are there?
Small people.
Are they not human? No. So we're just outing all people with dwarfism, midgets, anything like that. You're not people anymore. Sorry.
Do you know what? It doesn't even say human. I just put that word in there. It says a person.
There you go.
So that's my fault. That's pretty fucking big though, isn't it? Because like to squeeze through is one thing, but to be able to actually physically swim, that's what this is. For all the listeners out there, just showing you what swimming is.
I mean, yeah. That is
I
quite.
thought he was doing like the Macarena.
That's this.
Well,
hey, Macarena.
They're one animal that I can't get my head around how big they are. I've seen, like, obviously, until I see one in person, I will never get how big they are because I've seen them on TV next to boats and shit. And yeah, I get that they're really big, but my brain doesn't compute it until I've seen it. Until I've seen how big that is, because I can't imagine a heart being that big.
No, they're pretty large, aren't they?
See, you saying that, Andy, just reminds me of that statue. You posted about it on Facebook ages ago. We all thought it was like man-sized, but it turns out to be fucking massive.
Yeah, that did surprise me actually. That blew my mind. The statue of David, by Leonardo da Vinci, I think it is.
Yeah,
it's
tiny little,
massive. I always thought it was a normal human-sized statue. You know, the one was it? Yeah, it's the man, isn't it? It's the statue of the bloke.
Yeah, really, I think it was.
Yeah, and it's fucking huge. I'll find a photo and it'll go up in a minute. There you go. Stick a message in the.
It's only because it's already on his profile somewhere. It's not too hard to find.
well, yeah, but yeah, it's fucking huge, and I never knew that. But I mean, I know that blue whales are big, but I just can't get my head around how big until I see one. I don't think.
Yeah, imagine swimming along and one of those bad boys comes up and just like nudges you. Oh. You're like when dogs meet each other and they do that headbutt ramming thing that they like doing.
It would fucking launch you, wouldn't it? They'd be like, "Hey, look, a little human. I'll go and give him a playful nudge." Oh, he shit himself. Oh, that's weird.
This is my water. Don't shit in my water.
Yeah, I mean that's the other thing. Nothing that big has a right to be living under the ocean out of view. It should be clearly visible, in my opinion. That's what makes the sea such a scary place.
I like it. It's a good thing they just live off of Krull. Krull? No, it's not that.
Real.
Movie. Real.
I think Krull was a terrible 80s sci-fi, fantasy movie with a really cyclops who you could still see the eyes. They just basically
yeah, you could.
In the middle of the You can still see his eyes anyway. Yeah.
And the main protagonist put his hand into lava to pull out that weapon. You know, that big throwing star thing that he had? Into lava, and it comes out, it's fine. Just fine. Just a bit of lava. Fuck it, who cares?
They didn't care about kids copying back then, did they? None of that. No, go on, kid. Stick your hand in a volcano, you might find a magic star.
Oh, God, what else have I got here? Crows can hold grudges against certain people. We talked about that. Did we talk about that yesterday?
No. Ravens we spoke about the other week, didn't we?
Yeah, I think
Ravens
came up.
Yeah, I work with somebody who's literally told me that a crow used to live on his duty and it used to try and attack it. I was going to say dive bombing them. Oh, no, dive bombing works, doesn't it? It's kind of... I mean, it's not like bombs ready and they was just going to drop them. But yeah, he used to like fly at him every single time he came in. So, I mean, I suppose he must have worked for Parcel Force or something.
Hermes.
Just popped into my head another little fascinating snippet for you. Just talking about dive bombing and stuff like that. Do you know where the word kamikaze comes from?
Japan.
Technically, yes. I can't.
Yes.
But kamikaze translates into our language as divine wind. Okay, and it goes back to when Kublai Khan was trying to take over the Japanese islands. He sailed from China on 2 occasions. Both occasions, he was turned back by typhoons, and the monks there believed that the typhoons were a divine wind, and ever since, that's where the word kamikaze came from.
Well, that's interesting.
Is it, or is it just that you'll never need? Either way, it happened.
Either way, that's a fact for you.
But yeah, crows hold grudges. I knew about this because obviously working in very close proximity to the Tower of London, they've got their ravens there, and that's the same sort of thing, isn't it? They
you worked in London?
Oh, did I not mention? I've been to Iceland on holiday as well. I don't know if that's come up yet. Kevin Costner's brilliant. Anything else I normally say, which I haven't.
I've swum in the Blue Lagoon.
I do actually have a fact about giraffes as well, actually. You know flight suits that fighter pilots use?
Yes.
Yeah, they got that technology from giraffes.
Okay, hang on. Giraffes don't have any technology.
Right.
They're not known for technological.
But the
idea...
You need to listen to their hums and they tell you all about it.
Yeah. Right. Because of what the flight suit does is under certain Gs, it inflates and puts pressure on certain parts of the body when performing tight turns. They got that from a giraffe because when a giraffe lowers its head to eat anything like grass, it has muscles in its neck that tenses and contracts the veins in its neck to stop its head exploding from the rush of blood to its head.
I think the majority of creatures probably have muscles in their neck. Otherwise, they'd just be like...
Yeah, but these are muscles literally just to contract the blood vessels.
Is that like you know when you wear flight socks when you go on a plane so you don't get, I want to say varicose veins, but I don't think that's right. No, you DVT, thrombosis.
Yeah.
Yeah, sort of thing, yeah.
So, in the flight suit briefing room, right, guys, you've all been charged to design a flight suit. Martin, what have you got? He's like, I've designed a flight suit based on the Kestrel because it soars, it can hover and stuff like that. And, what about you? I've designed a flight suit based on an F-15 fighter plane. Like, what about you, John? Like, yeah, giraffe. Oh, fuck's sake. What? Why? You know, not known for the G's they pull when they're going around corners or anything like that. Not known for their flight. It's just...
Okay, how about this one then, right? Where do you think they got the inspiration for black boxes from that are on aircrafts?
Giraffes.
No.
Snakes.
No.
Penguins.
Woodpeckers.
Fuck me, Jesus. Are these actual things or are you just saying them?
No, these are actual things. Because a woodpecker has 2 skulls and it has an membrane between the 2 skulls. So when it's headbutting the tree, that membrane softens the blow on the internal skull
Absorbs
where
the
it actually has
vibrations.
its brain. Yeah.
Do you imagine how many calories that bad boy must get through?
About 150 an hour, I would imagine.
No, they go way faster than we can go.
Yeah, you know. That's why you never see fat woodpeckers.
I got all of these. I learnt those from the TV show that Richard Hammond did, where they looked at what the technologies that they got from the animal kingdom and everything like that.
Oh.
Can I just say, with the amount of animal facts we've said on here, you really should, if you've not checked it out, check out Interesting Facts on YouTube. It is the most hilarious commentary on animals, but it's actually factually accurate. But the commentary on it is just so fucking funny. I've watched all of them so many times, and they never fail. You've heard me watching them, haven't you, Jeeves?
Oh, is that
God, it sounds like Morgan Freeman narrating it.
Yes.
So funny. So funny. So check that out on YouTube as well.
You put the link in the comments, will you, Mushu?
Yeah, I could do, couldn't I? Yeah.
Yeah.
What a nice idea. Go on, then. Exactly. We got any more from our beloved viewers?
Butterflies taste with their feet. I've heard that before.
I've also got a fact on butterflies. Did you know that they can only see the colours red, green and yellow?
Wow. I did not.
What?
Why are they blue then? There's loads of blue butterflies.
Even though they're really colourful themselves, they're the only 3 colours they can apparently see.
How do you know?
Because I read it online. It's part of my rabbit hole research from the other day.
Oh, yeah, we heard about that. You went right down one, didn't you?
Yeah.
Right off on one.
Yeah.
Again.
That's quite good. I mean, I think that would be awful, especially from our point of view, because you might as well lick the ground if you're just walking everywhere and you tread in dog shit.
I don't want to talk about treading in dog shit. That's 3 times since I've been on the fucking naughty steps. 3 fucking times. I must be on the 3 roads in the whole country where people stopped picking up dog shit. Oh, it's awful.
How about you just look where you're walking?
I'm pushing a fucking spacco trolley, aren't I? Because I'm been naughty. I'm more. This is the same problem when you've got kids in a pram and you see dog shit. You don't want to get it on the wheels of your trolley pram. So I'm doing the exact same thing, and I've got so much effort to not get it on that I tread straight in that bloody thing. The last one that got me, the dog had really craftily done it on a pile of leaves, and being a butterfly, I'm colourblind. I didn't notice it until I was slipping and sliding all over them. It's disgusting. Hate it. These cats have the decency to do it in the neighbour's garden.
Like Belgium. Belgium's fucking covered in dog shit. I went there. Beautiful country, great chocolate, great fucking beer and all of that. Covered in dog shit. It's literally like a minefield out there. It's disgraceful. Belgium, pick up your fucking shit. Right, anyway.
The only thing I know about Belgium, apart from the chocolate, is that one of their major exports is carpet.
That's possibly the least interesting thing anyone has ever said to me.
And I think that goes in side with Belgium, does it not?
Yeah, touche. Yeah.
Well, Belgian chocolate is never made in Belgium, is it? It's made like Rotherham or somewhere like that.
Yeah, if you get proper Belgian chocolate, it's actually quite good.
Well, is it as good as a tub of Heroes? I just hit myself in the face with it.
Probably less dangerous.
Probably.
Good job you picked a tub with no corners.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Thank God. Do you remember when tubs of chocolates? Actually, there's a question for you, Mushu. You're probably the only one that's going to find this relatable because they're all young. Christmas. What sort of tin of chocolates did your parents get? Was it Quality Street or Roses?
Well, it was either or.
Yeah. It was never both. It was one or the other. You were a Roses house or a Quality.
One kind. We
Oh really?
No, it's whatever was cheap. I think Mum would grab.
Oh, we were always a household of Roses, but those tubs were the biggest things ever. They would last like Christmas, And now I've had one out of this tub and it already looks 3/4 empty.
My mum, my parents, bless them, they came up with the greatest idea. They bought me one Christmas very early on in my life, a vending machine sort of thing. It was only a little toy one.
To a big fat player.
It was full with chocolates, and you put 2p in, and it gives you a chocolate out, right? And then they started giving me 2p's in return for sort of good behaviour and shit like that. And I was like, it's only now that I was thinking, like, yeah, that's exactly it. I look back now and I'm thinking what they did was they basically bought me a present that I had to pay for with good behaviour. That sucks.
Did they keep the money?
I never saw it again. I never saw it. It didn't even occur to me though. I put the money in, I get the chocolate out, and they fucking keep it and then just give it back to me for making it when I acted like right. It's
good behaviour. I love that. That's genius. Where can I buy one of those? My boy could use that.
You probably can't anymore. It's probably a health and safety thing or something. Not allowed to have it.
I remember having a gumball machine, and I literally never filled it back up. Once those gumballs were gone, it was just an empty gumball machine.
Yeah, then it just becomes a space helmet.
Yeah, it's just more trash litter in the house.
Sorry, I've just got Andy going, I'm a TIE fighter.
For anyone who doesn't know, that's like my signature. That's what's the catchphrase whenever I'm playing any flight simulators, just before I inevitably crash into everything, I'll just scream out, I'm a TIE fighter! And it happens quite a lot, doesn't it, Jeeves?
It's a fucking lot.
Not the best at flying.
Oh. Well, I've got some little facts written down here. Do you want to hear them?
Go on then.
You got it.
The average hard dick is 5.16 inches long when it's hard. Did you know that?
Sophie?
I thought it was slightly hard. Now, this is the average for where, though, because it does make a difference, doesn't it?
Globally. And that's uncircumcised. Circumcised is like 4.2 inches on average.
Bad news for all our Jewish buddies out there.
Well.
So that's taken into account. Yeah, okay. So that's the average. So, yeah, all right.
That's the average.
I'm moderately happy with that.
Yeah, I mean, it made me feel really good as well.
Yeah, really average.
These are all dick related. I've only written down dick related things, by the way. Okay, so
just to clarify, Jesus, your subject was cars. You chose animals, Sophie. Yeah, I chose words, and you chose dick. Let's get some dick related facts.
Yeah.
Didn't Sam actually allocate all of our topics and then
I did not allocate moose
say
shoes.
separately. Oh, I'll find something.
Yeah, I found something.
You found dick. I mean, to be fair, if you're following the TED logic, any Google search is only 2 clicks away from being big black dicks, isn't it?
Funnily enough, 60% of all clicks online are for porn.
I've just had an idea of how we can up our engagement. Jeez, I'm going to need your help.
Yeah.
Does Wet Boys come under that?
No, we can't. No, never Google Wet Boys. It's
Don't
not
Google Wet Boys.
Sophie, Google Wet Boys.
Absolutely can't Google Wet Boys. You're not allowed to. Okay.
It's with your dick fact then.
More dick facts. When you hang someone, you know, like,
yeah,
you get hard on.
I don't remember seeing that in Pirates of the Caribbean.
I get hard on when I hang people.
Sophie sent the privates to the Caribbean.
Well, unfortunately, that film was not factually accurate, which I didn't realise until I found that fact out.
So, sorry, just to clarify, if you're hung, you get a boner.
Yeah.
Not if you're hanging someone, you get a boner.
Oh, you're right. The first one. So the person who is hung inevitably will get hard on.
That would possibly be the worst thing ever to go out to, as you're dangling from the rope and you just look over and your executioner's just there with his hood on and he's fucking raging. Can you not enjoy this so much, please? It's my final moments on Earth.
Yeah. Well, what a son of a
At the
bitch.
drop, your head literally his crutch height.
Oh my god!
You just like swing around and it's there.
The slightest breeze and you're getting nudged in the face by it. Oh no! Oh no!
Yeah, talk about adding insult to injury. Yeah, that is most unfortunate. What else have I got written here? I don't know if I want to say that one.
Yeah.
Why don't you leave it for Facebook then?
No, I definitely.
No, I really want to know it now.
The average bloke, you know, yeah, you know what I mean by that noise?
We can say the word ejaculates because that's sort of the scientific term, so that's allowed.
Okay. The average bloke ejaculates 7,200 times in their life. I reckon I did that by 17.
You should have been around mine last week, man. Fucking smashed that record.
Did you know that a cow can provide around 200,000 glasses of milk in a lifetime?
That's a lot.
Do not get those last
200,000, which works out as 8 gallons a day, which is 128 glasses. This is an American cow.
Oh, so it's all full of steroids then. That doesn't count. That's pussy milk. You want nice English milk.
Well, when you think about milk as a whole, it's disgusting anyway, isn't it? Because it's just an overgrown sweat gland which introduces fat into the sweat. And that's all it is. Milk is just fatty sweat, if you think about it.
I quite like milk.
I'd rather have cow's milk than platypus milk.
Yeah, same as. Or soapy milk for that matter.
I'd rather have anything that I can drink out of a bottle rather than lap it off a mammal. So yeah, I'll go with that. I probably won't be tasting platypus milk anytime soon because I know where it's collected from.
As a rule, I don't want to drink anything in a fold of skin. I just don't want to. It's just not nice.
That goes straight out there in the top 10 of Sam's life hacks.
Yeah. Oh, that's nasty. Yeah, that's what my dick one's done for you. You're welcome, world. Honestly though, 5.16 inches, that's nothing.
Good news for everyone out there.
Jeeves is like, yeah, sounds about right.
Actually, Jeeves went very quiet when you said that. So,
yeah.
Oh. Like a drawing pin, isn't it, Jeeves? No! Oh, God.
I genuinely, for a second, thought that was about to happen, Lucian. Genuinely thought that was going to happen.
I've literally, so many thoughts just went through my head. The first one being, the listeners don't know how lucky they are right now.
It's a good thing Zach's not here as well, because he'd be like, yeah, I'm well over that. Just flop it out.
Yeah. Oh, God. Right, so we're out of dick related ones. Sophie, have you got any more
dick related ones?
Animals. You're the dicks.
Oh, I've got the gorilla fact from yesterday that I didn't include in this one. That the gorilla is the most unproportioned animal in the world, considering how big they are. Their average penis size is just a mere 2 inches.
And did you know that around 50% of orangutans have fractured bones?
No, why is that?
Because they're so clumsy.
It's relatable.
I mean, they are fucking big gangly things, aren't they? They're all like arms and knees. But that's shit, isn't it? To have to spend your entire life with like fractures and stuff like that constantly.
Yeah, but when you've constantly got fractured bones and arms and stuff, you become a bit of an evil super genius and blow up planes and trains and stuff, don't you? Like Mr. Glass.
I don't know that any orangutans have done that yet, but let's certainly not rule it out, eh?
What? I mean, you can't prove that they haven't.
No, that's very true. I can't.
Yeah. They're the masterminds. They're the ones who brought down the Twin Towers. Just the orangutan.
Well, I've got a few more bits. I've always got loads of random bits of knowledge. Do you want another little one?
Go on. Yeah, let's have one more from everyone.
Okay, I'll give you another nautical-based one because a lot of mine are nautical.
Yeah.
Have you heard the saying, it's brass monkeys outside?
Yes. It means it's chilly.
Yes, it does. Do you know where that comes from? Obviously nautical. Basically, it's the whole saying is it's cold enough to freeze the balls off a brass monkey, right? Is the entire saying. A brass monkey used to be the brass plates that they used to stack cannonballs on in the boats. And obviously, when it was cold, the metal would contract and the balls would then roll off the side when it was that cold. Hence, it being too cold enough to freeze the balls off a brass monkey.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Wow.
No, I didn't.
That's quite cool.
I also didn't know that cannonballs were made of brass.
No, the cannonballs aren't. The base plates that they were rested on were.
Oh, probably should have made them out of wood, really.
Seems unnecessary why they would need a base plate.
Yeah.
No, you'd think brass would be quite expensive just to make a plate to put your fucking cannonballs on. Just like
There's quite a lot of brass out at sea, though, isn't there? Is that one of the ones that's a little bit less corrosive than others? I don't know. I'm just hazarding a guess at this because
brass will go green, doesn't it? If you don't polish it constantly, it goes green.
More fucking colour jokes for the colourblind spaz over there in the corner. Yeah, I suppose it does, Mushu.
Sorry, I forgot old salty Sam over there. Fucking hell, I should choose my words carefully.
Oh dear.
Oh, and there's a cave in England. I don't know why it just popped into my head, but there's a cave in England. It's called something well, and the petrified well, and it turns everything to stone. If you put anything in there in a matter of weeks, it'll be stone. Somebody did it with a bike.
I say we put Sam in there.
Why me?
Why not? No, ruining good food. No, somebody put a bike in there a couple of weeks later. It's because the water drips down and it's so rich in minerals and shit like that it will drip onto these items and the minerals stick and the water drips off and it literally petrifies anything you put in there.
That's pretty cool.
Sure, it just doesn't form a layer of something on it rather than actually turning it into something else.
Well, obviously that's what it does.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I'm not fucking Steve Hawkins, am I? I don't know how it works. I just know you put things in there and they come out stone.
Oh, someone else has got salty.
God, everyone's been triggered tonight. What's wrong with you boys?
Oh my god! I forgot to tell you. So you know Kev? You know Kev? Kev that we used to play Xbox with?
Yes, I know Kev.
Yeah. Okay, so he listened to one of our podcasts and rage quit it because of something I said. Remember we were talking about dick drawings getting better over the years. Sorry, cave drawings getting better over the years.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I think I know why that is. Because of basically, fundamentally, capitalism. Now, what I was meaning to say was competition, not capitalism. And I said, capitalism brings out the best in people. And he lost his shit. He was just like, you've been fucking brainwashed, man. Whoa. And I was just like, no. I'm just saying, like, competition makes people do a little bit better the next time they see something and they're like, I can outdo you. And he's like, yeah, but, capitalism doesn't bring out the best in people. Look at Bezos. And I was like, no, okay, fair enough. But yeah, Robin triggered him. That really made me laugh. He sent me a message in a load of articles and I just sort of ignored it. So I didn't really understand what he was on about. And then I saw him at work and he's like, yeah, capitalism doesn't bring out the best in people at all. Well, I was like, oh, okay. It's like 5 o'clock in the morning.
Where did you go with it? Did you go with the I just have to go along with this, or did you admit that you just got the wrong word?
Oh, I just said I got the wrong word. I like Kev. He's like one of my best mates. He's absolutely brilliant. But yeah, he and like considering he's such a what would be the right word? Oh, I don't know. Oh God, I'm really not in the right place.
Not capitalist.
No, he's not a capitalist, obviously. It's capitalist. Does bring out the best in people. Yes, it does, Kev. Yeah, but the funny thing is he rage quit. He's like, yeah, you were talking about paintings on the wall. And that was when I was like, oh yeah, I just meant competition, mate. That's what I was getting at. I was trying to use capitalism as an example because obviously business and technological advances have become because of that sort of model. But yeah, I need to
first person to rage quit. I'm really happy with that. That really.
Yeah, I know, right?
Hopefully he comes back. Hopefully you're still here, kid.
Yeah, fingers crossed. We all love you. You're great.
Are you telling me he's got a mention? That'll make him listen.
Well, that's it.
You don't know Kev very well. He's probably going to do his utmost to get this taken off of the internet now because I've said his name like 9 times. He's like Ron Swanson. I hate everything. Oh dear. But yeah, I meant to send that in a message, but I forgot. So instead, I've said it for the world. Yeah. Anyway, I'm done. I've got nothing else to contribute.
Right, I've got one more. All right. So the world record for removing and replacing a car engine is 42 seconds.
Whoa.
What?
In what fucking world? By who? Well, by what?
This record was set by UK Royal Engineers working on a Ford Escort on the 21st of November, 1985.
1985?
1985.
I was 2.
How many people?
That I didn't find out. But it was by the British Army, basically. They did it in 42 seconds.
I mean, to be fair, I would imagine a car back then wouldn't be quite as complicated as a car now. And it would be all mechanical rather than now. If you did it, you'd have to probably have like a lot of computer equipment and shit like that. I would guess. I don't know. But that's still quite impressive.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you've ever seen the videos of the, I don't know which regiment or anything, but the British Armed Forces stripping a Jeep down and rebuilding it.
No, that's cool.
It is incredible. It is so clever the way they do it. Just fucking completely strip it down, engine out, like wheels out, everything, and then they put it all back together, and it's literally in the space of like 10 minutes. It's great.
That is pretty cool. I'd like to watch that.
Yeah. Well, I'll see if I can find the video and stick another link in it. I've got to try and remember these links now, haven't I? Yeah. Well, it was probably bullshit on both sides. So, Sophie, what about one last animal fact to see us out?
I've actually still got 3.
Pick one.
Well, he said what?
It's not. Well, it's kind of animally. 3% of ice in Antarctic glaciers is penguin wee.
That's it.
I don't know how they managed to measure it.
That's quite a lot, isn't it? If you think 3% of all of the ice in Antarctica.
That's a lot of penguins.
That is a lot.
But there are a lot of penguins.
Yellow snow.
And there's not as much ice there now, really, is there?
Well, that's true.
Global warming.
But is there the same amount of penguins? Because otherwise, the wee to water ratio is just going to go up exponentially.
Well, you think it'd be more like whale wee.
What? Sorry, what was that, Sophie?
You'd think it'd be more like whale wee, really, wouldn't you?
Well, yeah. I mean, if that's just penguins, you think of the rest of the content of that ice. Ooh, you wouldn't want to put that in your gin and tonic, would you?
Do fish wee?
Can I just say, the moment you mentioned penguins, I really thought you was going to go with the guy from Edinburgh Zoo, the penguin erector that has to follow the penguins around and stand them up after an aeroplane goes over because they look up and then just fall over.
Oh, amazing. Oh, when you say that, you can hypnotise chickens.
Did you know you can hypnotise frogs?
No, I didn't. But I'm talking now, Sophie, so shut up.
He's so sassy tonight.
No.
Oh, guys, we're going to have to cut it off short so Sam can go have a nap.
I've got to be up for work in like fucking 5 hours, you bastards.
I feel like we should disappear for half an hour, do some more research and come back.
I just like to point out as well that of all the animal facts that we've had tonight from Sophie, none of them have involved the actual horror toad, which she's sort of named after.
I haven't actually, have I?
How do you hypnotise a frog, please? Because I actually want to know now. Do you stick
No, I want to hear about the chicken, Sam. Tell me about the chicken.
I'm really glad you asked. So they found out when chickens, same as the penguins, they were looking up as flames were. Flames? Oh, God. So hopeless. as planes were flying overhead, and they looked up and they would fall over and they would lay still for about an hour after. And then they established that if you lay a chicken on its back and then put your finger by its head and draw a straight line behind it, it kind of hypnotizes them and they lay still for about an hour.
I've actually seen that done on YouTube.
I know. Yeah. It's cool.
You need to incapacitate a chicken. I mean, what's the point in that? The only reason you're ever going to want to catch a chicken is to kill it. And if you've got it in your hands, you can just, rather than hypnotize it first and convince it to get in the oven. Oh no, the oven's a really nice place to go. Why don't you pluck yourself first and baste yourself in that delicious gravy?
How'd you do a frog then, Sophie?
You put it on its back and rub its belly.
Bit like me.
You don't like being touched.
Why? I can't be doing with getting hit.
You've just got to put a three-piece suit on so you look like Mr. Toad before it happens, right? Oh, amazing. Anybody got any more facts before we wrap this up or before I go?
I've got a shit ton, but what we should do is probably just say if anyone's listening with any more facts that they want to get across, anything that they think's interesting off the back of what we've said, stick it up, either message us on the Facebook, YouTube, or go on to pacifistpodcast.com, which I don't know if we've mentioned or not.
Yeah.
Don't think we have.
Mushu, quick question about the pacifistpodcast.com. When you go to the pacifistpodcast.com, is there any way of purchasing any kind of merch?
Well, it's funny you should say that, mate, because you can get to everywhere from there. Yeah, it's got all of our merch on there. It's got all of our episodes on there. It's got all the links to the video and audio copies of our thing. So it's a one-stop shop, really, for anything Pacifist Podcast.
Wonderful.
Thanks, man.
It's brilliant.
Beautiful.
Not to mention the beautiful blurb written by Mushu at the beginning of it actively made me laugh out. Actually, oh my God, talk people. Goodbye.
Right, I think that's wrapping up for the night. So we'll say good night then, I guess, as well. Please like and follow on any platform you can. It all helps. And drop us comments as well, because we love hearing from you. It does sort of motivate us a bit more if we hear from you. So please do.
Yes, I agree.
And in the meantime, I'll say goodbye.
See you later.
Bye.
Night.
See you later.
You just don't fuck off, everyone.